everyone. I'm here with David Wright. David is a personal trainer at Parkway Athletic Club. That background is probably inaccurate by the time you're listening to this, but thanks for being with us, David.
Thanks for having me, Steve.
Yeah, so we've got the body scanner there. We're getting some nutrition programs going. If you guys have questions or comments or would like us to go over anything, put them in the comments section. So today we're going to talk about how to pick the right gym. And I think this is really, really important. We love it when people join our gym, but there's some things that are important that have to work with your schedule and what you want to accomplish and all that. Almost every gym is very positive, and so it's always good to try at least a couple and just kind of feel the difference of how the gym is, because they are different. They're all similar, but yet they all have their little nuances, their little differences also. So that's really important to if you're looking for a gym. So my first thing that I will say is it's got to be convenient. It has to be convenient. And price is something like, gyms are not expensive. If joining a health club is a priority, you're going to do it, even if it's $100. And some gyms are more. But how much is your phone bill? How much is your cell phone? How much is your electric bill? Now, almost every bill you have is more than your health club membership. Find something that you're going to like, that has the equipment, that has the support that you need, or the support that you don't need. Some people don't like to be bothered. So you might not want to go to a gym where it's like, you know what, they bug me too much. I want to be left alone. I don't want assessments and all this stuff. And I'm kind of like that because I've been doing this for 40 years. Leave me alone, So the gym that works for you, or you might want support. You might want personal training. You might want suggestions. You might want the help and the little extra. So that's important too. Do they have the equipment you like to use? So those are some of my first thoughts, but mostly convenient, because why? I don't care if it's $5. Why have a health club membership if you're not going to use it? It's just going to go to waste. And sometimes, that $5 membership is just more reason why I don't really need to use it, or I don't really care because it's so cheap. So what do you think, David?
Yeah, I think you make some great points. In terms of convenience, I 100% agree. I mean, there's, a ton of different gyms or fitness type of clubs out there. And, the first point, as far as if it's convenient or not, if it's not convenient, let's just be 100% honest. We're not going to do it. If it becomes cumbersome, we're not going to do it. And so even if it's, $10, $5, $100 a month, whatever that case might be. And sometimes, if it's $100 a month, depending on your budget, you might force yourself to go, even if it isn't convenient. But one of the things you don't want your gym to be is something that you're forcing upon yourself, so to speak, that it's not something you enjoy. It's just something you're dragging yourself to. So, picking the right type of gym. And, when I say right type of gym, there are gyms like, for instance, here, again, by the time people watch this video, will be Parkway Athletic Club in Carson City. But, our club here has a ton of different machines, from cardio to free weights to, different types of things, a huge functional area. So there's a lot of different variety here. There's smaller gyms. There's very specialized, like personal training gyms where, like you're the only person in there with a trainer. So there's a lot of different types. So whether you come to Parkway Athletic Club or you go to some other place, it's important to have it somewhere when you're headed to that gym that you're going, yeah, you know what, I'm looking forward to going there. Or when I get there, I know I'm going to have a great workout, whatever that case might be. If you're dreading it and not wanting to go, or not even kind of motivated to go, it might be because it's not the right place for you. So a lot of times when I'm working with clients, they'll come in here, and that's because this gym is convenient to them. Whether it's convenient to their house, they live within a couple miles or whatever, or sometimes people live further away and they just really like the environment here, which is great too. But there has to be a reason besides your general health goal that you have, or other goals you might have. There's got to be another reason to bring you here, and so that's why it's really important. If you're going to somewhere that you dread or is just plain inconvenient, we're not going to do it. And so it's just really important to set yourself up for success from step one, which is, come into Parkway, go into this other gym, go over, figure it out, whichever one is right for you. Because like I said, there are so many different types of gyms out there, and the one that you find that you actually enjoy will be the one that you stick to.
Yeah. And again, the convenience thing is, if it's not convenient, it's easy to find a reason why I'll just do it tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's 15 minutes over there and it's 15 minutes back, or 20 minutes. You'll find a reason why you don't have time, or you should just do it tomorrow. So the convenience really helps eliminate a lot of the excuses. It's like having your own workout facility at home. There's not really a lot of excuses if you've got, not everybody has this, but a lot of people like to work out at home, and it's not that hard, really. I mean, with a one bedroom, I can tell you how to set up, you get a pull-up bar, and I mean, a few pieces of equipment that are not costly. You can do a full body workout right at home. It's not that hard. But if it's that close, if it's in your bedroom or one of your bedrooms, it's really hard to find an excuse on not to go, because you're already there. So I think the closer the better. And also, you're a member at a small box club, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
A lot of people like the small box. It has a different feel. And a lot of people, they just feel more comfortable. They like it. They like the feel of it. They like the small box. And a small box is something between like 2,000 or 3,000, 3,500 feet. That's a small box health club. And they're pretty popular. They're popular with a lot of people. Sometimes you might pay a little more, but you're paying for something that you want. But that's important too. But the convenience, is it by work? Okay, you're coming out of work. I got to stop by the gym on the way home, or on the way to work, or whatever it may be. So the feel matters also. And that's an example. A small box and a bigger box, our gyms are bigger boxes. I mean, they're not, one of our gyms is 54,000 square feet. So that's definitely not a small or medium box.
True.
But they're definitely not small boxes. And then there's other factors, each club has a personality.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But make sure, and I mean, they're almost all positive. I have never been in a club with negative characteristics. Just different, younger, older, people in there, dressing different in this facility as opposed to that one, and so on. But none of them are negative that I've ever experienced.
Yeah, there's definitely a difference. I mean, like you mentioned, yeah, I've had a membership to one of the small box clubs. I visited a couple of other gyms. I have a trainer myself who trains out of a different kind of gym that's kind of like a CrossFit gym, but also has like a workout sections. And so there's so many different types out there. A lot of different, like you said, a lot of different kind of environments, and they have their own kind of personality to those places. And so that's another one of those things. Like where do you feel like that particular vibe, as I would like to say, fits you, and that's important too, because then you're going to enjoy going to that place because this is the right fit for me. Whereas maybe this other one that you went to, tried it out for a week or whatever, yeah, it's good, but you know what? It's not really the thing for me. I mean, I've gone to a couple of different gyms as, traveled around some different parts of the country and gone to completely different, big box and small box gyms that I've never been to ever before. And it's interesting to, see those in different locations and things like that. So it's always good to try different types of places, but find the one that really works for you and works for what you're, they have the equipment that you want or that you feel is going to help you, but also it's somewhere that's not a dread to walk in the front door.
Yeah, and a lot of gyms, and these are gyms that are going to feel different. A lot of gyms now, most of them are really going functional. I mean, functional, pushing sleds, deadlifts, lots of platforms, plate loaded equipment. That's where health clubs are kind of going right now. Some
Hmm.
people like that. Some people like the 80s, 90s, early 2000 clubs, which are, rows and rows of treadmills and bikes and selectorized machines. It's kind of getting away from that, but you might like that. And you said something that's pretty interesting, and this is a statement to everyone. You're a coach slash personal trainer who has a coach.
Yep.
You have someone that's helping you or coaching you on your diet. You know what to do. You're a coach who coaches people on how to eat, nutrition, how to exercise, how to you could coach people on how to be a competitor. But you actually have a coach, and it's just that second pair of eyes and thought process on
Hmm.
what you're doing to where you can run ideas by, and that's really interesting. A coach that has a coach.
Yeah, and sometimes clients and whatnot, as I'll talk to different people, and they'll be like, "Oh, you have your own coach." I go, "Well, same as you have me. Looking at your progress, seeing where we're at, and kind of trying to get us to that next level. That's what I have for me too. So even coaches have coaches, and does he have a coach? He does in fact have a coach because he's a national, like a pro competitor now. So he has his own coach to help with different things. So there really is kind of a whole network out there. So even us coaches have a coach, and that's kind of again that second set of eyes, as you put it, which I like that for not only for progress and different things, but my coach might see something different than I would see by myself, even though I have that similar thought process and similar type of education, but they have a whole different perspective, just where you or I would have a different perspective on certain things than other people. So it's really good to have a diversity of different thought processes, and that's where again where the gyms come in. Different coaches, different places, different equipment. So there's a lot of things that you can utilize and take advantage of that knowledge of coaches and different gyms, all from just picking the right place to be.
Yeah, and the last thing I would say on this topic is price. You
Hmm.
know, don't tell me it's too expensive, because I'm going to tell you, you mean it's not a priority. And I'll give you some examples. You know, picking a gym because it's the cheapest, what good is it if you don't use it?
Hmm.
And a lot of people are like, well, I can't afford. Yes, you can afford it. You walked in. How many times do you go to the coffee shop
Oh yeah.
a week? Well, I go every day. I drive by there. Well, you drive by the coffee shop every day and you spend $7 on your latte, smoothie, whatever you're getting, which probably isn't good for you. Probably a lot of junk in there. Um, that's a priority. If it's a priority, I mean, I get it. You might not want to join a health club that's, $375 a month. That could be maybe out of some people's budget.
Sure.
My opinion, though, $99 and less, it's just a priority, because we're spending a lot of money on a lot of things that are just a bigger priority. And I've always said this, and you can tell me your opinion on this, but if I think 80% of the people out there, if I said we will pay you $50 a month, we will pay you $50 a month, but you have to go to the gym and work out for at least 45 minutes, a real workout, 45 minutes to an hour, at least twice a week, I'll give you $50. 80% of the population wouldn't do it. And if I said, I'll give you $50 if you go twice a week and work out a real workout, or if you don't go, you have to give me $50. I think 80% of all people out there would not do it. They're not going to go to the gym if I paid them to.
Well, I would agree with that. That's an interesting perspective because I think, to me, the reasoning behind that type of a thought would be, you're trying to incentivize in this scenario. Here's $50 and this is what I want out of it. But if they're not wanting to do it for their own reasons, they're still not going to do it if they get paid $50 or, and you talk about the coffee shop. I really like that idea because, think about even just the prices of everything is crazy right now. So you even go out to eat once and that's, oh, there we go. So you even go out to eat, say, one time, and that's, if two, maybe three people, $100, $80, $90, something in the round. Well, how much is your health club membership? $40, $50, $100. Like that's one meal out, right? And also, health club, you could go in 7 days a week, and or however many days a week is comfortable for you and convenient. But you're only eating once for that same price. So really, do we have it or not? It's more of, is it a priority, like you said?
Absolutely. All right, David. So if people want to follow you on social media, see what you're up to, how do they do that?
So they can follow me on Instagram at davidwright_fitness. That's kind of my personal page, show prep, stuff like that. And then at Wright Fitness Training, also on Instagram for the personal training.
All right, David, thanks for being with us. We'll talk to you next time.
Thanks, Steve.